Okay, so we're going to look at Run Like Hell by Pink Floyd. I'm going to demonstrate it to you first. So. Okay, so you can see there's quite a lot of shapes you use just on these first three strings, which you use as open chords. So you got some nice little shapes. I'm going to show you the tabs first, and you can see here these are the chords, but it starts on this palm muted 0 on the 4th string. So to get a palm mute, you've got to use this part of your wrist arm hand wrist arm hand, and you've got to place it on this white part, this bridge part of the thing. Now to find the sweet spot, it's got to just slightly cut off the note. So if I move my hand over here on the strings, that cuts it off totally dead, and if you move it over, move it that way, you can hear the sweet spot there. If I go too far, then it's just an open note. So when I come, my hand's coming this way, and there, too far, so it's just half cut off, and the rhythm is da 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 da. Rather than, which is a bit too aggressive. Bit like Eye of the Tiger. Anyway, that's for another day. Right, let's go to the shapes. Okay, so we have this here first. Let's zoom on to the first set of chords. So we have, see on the 1st and 2nd string here, we got the 10th fret barred by just your first finger. So see here on the 10th fret, and I'm just going to bar them 2 strings. Now if you're hooking your finger like we learn to do with a lot of chords, because you don't want to get in the way of other strings, this time you've got to push both of them on. So that's hooking your hand. Here's putting it flat, so you've got to make sure that finger's flat. Now this second finger comes up here and it goes on the 3rd string on the 11th fret, so it's on the fret, the next fret across. So you can see that's on the 10th, that's on the 11th, and you strum from the 4th string here. That's it, and you can strum that twice. So you can see there, twice, da da. And then you've got this here, which is a D shape, but starting on the 9th fret. So you can see here I've got a D shape, but this is on the 9th fret here. So let's just practice that. So you got, and the whole of this riff is, the underlying bass note is this 4th string, the D note, and that's what you call pedaling. When a bass note is static and the chords are moving, you'd call that, the bass note is pedaling. So it's like, listen to the bass note. So you've always got the drone of that bass note. Alright, so here's your first 2 shapes. So just practice that a few times. So I'm going from having my finger flat there to hooking my fingers. Okay, let's go to the next bit. So we got a D shape still here, but it's on the 7th fret. So where we are there, we just move it down to. So we strum that twice. And I'm going to show you the next shape here. So you see your first finger goes on the 5th fret, and your other 2 strings just above it are the 7th fret. So my first finger's on the 5th fret, and these 2 go on the 7th fret. If that's too much of a stretch, you can use your last 2 fingers. So So it goes from that on the 7th fret to your first finger there on the 5th, and these here. So all in all, up to now we got, move that down to, okay. So the 3rd set, we bar on the 5th fret. This is exactly, these two shapes are exactly like the very first one here with the 10th. So you got, this is nice and easy here now. Same shape, so we're barring the 5th. You got, instead of hooking your finger, lie it flat and put that on the 6th. Strum that twice. Move it down. So the 3rd little section's nice and easy. So all in all, and then move it down. And your finger's on the 5th there, so then you've got to take that off and bar it there. That's it. And it's nice and easy to finish it. This is a D2, and then to 2 lots of D. So to get a D you do that. To get the D2 you take off your middle finger. So strum that once. And we want to hook our fingers around because we want to get this nice little first string 0. And put it back on and go D, D. So you got. There is 2 guitars. There's the one in the background doing the, and as you saw in the intro, I mixed the 2 together. So you start off with doing this for a while, and then you go and go, and then okay, well that helps. Hope you enjoy it. It's a nice cool riff to play. Sounds great. It's nice to have a pedal bass note, so let me know what you think to that. Okay, thanks a lot.